Welcome to the Star Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Barbara Wallace. I'm here with Nana Korantemaa Boafo, the Akomfo, who's channeling Nana Boafo Tigare, the African Angel. Today, we're focused on the book Celestial Prophecies, Ancient Wisdom from Nana A.C. Ketewa, channeled from the third quarter of the heavens by Nana Korantemaa Boafo. Nana A.C. Ketewa has sanctioned Nana Boafo Tigare answering questions about her book. Remember to subscribe to our channel, to like us, to share this video, and also to comment. Nana A.C. provides us with very clear direction in her book. Nana A.C. tells us to actively engage in a direct calling forth of what is desired. Nana A.C. reminds us that we have the capacity to broadcast from the core of our being and to powerfully call forth what can manifest, ideally, as harmonious conditions on planet Earth. Akomfo, please ask Boafo Tigare to speak about how human beings can call forth perfection or put forth the highest and best intention.
Yes. Nana AC is encouraging each one to wake up, to use your experience, your life experience, to contribute something of value for the whole of humanity. That Nanesi is saying that each person is created with all that is needed to create an environment of bliss, of harmony, of love, of joy, of expansion, of sustainability, equality for all. That when the celebration is completed, there is work to be done. In other words, she is saying, Nanesi is saying, do not waste your time of being alive on just satisfying your limited desires. Think of the whole of humanity. Be mindful that you are a part of humanity and you too have something to offer. So again, it is time to wake up.
And as you wake up, you want to put forth the highest and best intention. What are you intending? Nana A.C. explains that as a human being becomes what they intend or becomes what they have called forth, then they will be granted. Okay, so in other words, as you become what you've called forth, you will be granted more and more of what you desire. Okomfo asked Boafo Tigare to explain how this happens. How is it that as I become what I intend, or I become what I have called forth, then more and more will be granted of what I desire? How?
Yes. Except that the divine force and your ancestors and the enlightened being want you to also be a glorified being. So through your intention to bring something of value through your own efforts, then it is like when you get to a door, you don't know what is behind the door until you open it. And once you've opened it, you will see there's something there. Once you step forward and go through that opening, then you are granted, or you are blessed, or you are showered with all that is there. So, how is what you're asking is the unknown. How? However, when you are actively moving towards that of value more than what you see will be granted to you.
The expression, "you have arrived," comes to mind. So the idea is that when you have arrived, there's going to be a showering of yet more blessings that occur. Okay. Nana AC elaborates further on the goal of human beings achieving perfection. Nana AC explains that reincarnation, or a human incarnation, is just one step on the journey and path to the achievement of ultimate perfection. Okomfo asked Boafo Tigare to explain how each one's life is designed. Our lives are designed to reach perfection, or to explain, or how is it that we are to resonate at a higher vibration as we manifest perfection? That's how our life is designed.
Yes. Nana AC here is using the word perfection that is the same as enlightenment. So that the design of the human, the physical being is perfect. The way that your self is designed with all that is required to produce this being, it's perfect, a perfect being. Now, the fact that perfect beings, as they mature, or they have free will, they can determine how they choose or what they choose to put their focus and intention into. And when one works to improve their very condition as their intention, as their purpose that they're working on, they become more and more of a higher or an exalted. They come into an exalted state. And today they're calling this state the state of enlightenment, where there is a sameness to all life, and that through enlightenment, the conditions of just the physical life is a small part of the full equation. When one is enlightened, they are also living through the consciousness of the other parts of their being, that they know that their physical self is just a part of who they are. So non-AC is encouraging each one to be your highest self. Be aware and conscious of the full self so that you live in an enlightened state of existence.
So you mentioned that you, in the enlightened state of existence, you're aware of the multiple parts of one's being. What might those additional parts be?
We're speaking of the parts of yourself that are beyond the physical. For those of you who like sports, I'm sure that you are familiar with, let's say those of you who know basketball, you are familiar with a Michael Jordan. How is it that a Michael Jordan, who looks like other men of that stature, can leap that high in the air and arrive so many feet away from where he started? How is that? It says that, yes, you are physical, part of your being is physical. However, there is another part of yourself that when you are in touch with it, can allow you to perform in ways that are unimaginable. So that's a very basic example that you are much more than the physical. Yes, you can walk and run and however, you can also perform feats that are phenomenal because you are more than just your physical self.
Well, on that exciting note, let us call forth for our own perfection, which we now understand is essentially our own enlightenment, which is our achieving an exalted state where we have raised ourselves to a very high frequency. So we are just absolutely delighted to have an opportunity to access this African spiritual healing wisdom through the service of the Akompo Nana Korantemaa Boafo and the Angel Tigare, Nana Boafo Tigare. Please remember to subscribe, to like us, to share this video, and also to comment what touched you the most in this episode. So remember that you can have your own spiritual reading with Nana Korantemaa Boafo by telephone, giving you answers to your questions from Nana Boafo Tigare. Please email nana@starspirit.org. You can see links in the description to the book and also to the Asuna Abarati Shrine, where you are welcome to make a contribution. And you should also know that our other producer is Star Spirit, where the motto is be your higher self. Be your higher self. That is our motto, be your higher self. And so that's totally in line with what Nana Boafo Tigare shared with us today. So accept my deepest gratitude and my love from the core of my being. Thank you.